Hi, I'm Cindy Deville. Know many of you around the district. I've been around since 2002 and loving history ever since. And I'm here just to share some things that I'm doing in my classroom. Like you, I'm a fellow journeyman with these Chromebooks and with technology. I call myself a digital colonist, probably because of my age, but also because I'm learning. You know, I see my students be so facile with what they are doing with technology, but I am one that would need to learn and spend some time with it. But once I do, it's wonderful. The first thing just to talk about, I have to refer to my notes here, is that, as history teachers, we want to make sure that our kids have opportunities to think like a historian. And those are things like where they're asking questions, they're exploring lots of resources and having opportunities to get different viewpoints and gather information from different places so that they can compare and say, hey, do these match or do these not match? And then take that information and synthesize with it. We also, with our social studies rubric here in fifth grade, we ask them to know, we ask them to have that basic knowledge. We ask them to do this inquiry, to seek, to investigate. But we also ask them to communicate what they've learned from history, because after all, history is about our past. We use Google Classroom. This is something that I've just learned about this year through some of our wonderful tech helpers like Lori Burney or Crystal Sullivan, who have gotten me into the Google Classroom. So I gave the students an assignment with Google Classroom. This is a recent one where the kids created a commercial for their colonies, and so they collaborated, they worked together, and so each of the classrooms had their own jigsaw expert group. If you're familiar with that, where teams, became experts on a certain colony. And then we filmed their commercial. So here's one right here. If I double click, and in Google Classroom, they were able to go to that link and they were able to look at not only their own classroom video, but the videos from the other classrooms as well. And then they were able to take this sheet, collaborate together, and give feedback to the other students. Well, hey, so they gave them what we call glow and grows, like, hey, you really glowed here. Here's a suggestion for you to grow next time you create a product, maybe something similar or something different. We do a lot of performance in our classroom. And so how do we become better performers to share information again about history?